CalazCon is a show about war, obsession, colonialist occupation, and the many forms of violence those inflict. See the description for content warnings specific to this episode.
I mean, he's hot and he's done war crimes. That's an edge and a flaw.
Okay, who wants extra credit?
Imagine going to a college class and the teacher's like, okay, we're going shoplifting.
What do forums say about this?
About going on a date with somebody that shot you?
Well, it's the height of fashion, and I thought maybe you would like to wear it when you're in your gigantic state.
How contained is the swarm at this point?
Not at all.
Oh. Would you let me cut loose with Adrian?
Yeah.
Where I am taking Belladonna out on the date, and Adrian is the one that is just hacking into stuff to make things just go better.
Oh my god, is this the fucking trope thing where you are doing a date and you have an earpiece in?
Mm-hmm.
But
then also, I also need you to hack the food station so all of our stuff is comped and things like that.
I know you got me out of jail and shit, but you hella owe me for this one too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm 100%. I think we have the conversation and you're like, no, you really owe me. And I was like, yes, I know. I'm sorry.
Holy shit. Unless Belladonna also has a bad vibe on call.
Yes.
We'll see
Counter hacker for the date.
We'll see how the rolls go.
Is this a secret first double date?
When you put it like that, it's too good for the answer not to be.
Because
yes.
I think it's us two trying to have a good time, and then you two, hacking against each other.
Adrian is only in the market for comrades at the moment.
Okay. But also just Bad Vibes is just trying to undo all of the stuff that you are doing for us.
The thing is that Vibes wants this date to go poorly, and it sounds like Adrian wants it to go well.
Yeah, I want my boy to be happy.
Okay.
So it's hacking duels and trying to have a first date.
Where are you taking Belladonna on the date?
Oh, I would ask Adrian, hey, where's the fanciest place you can find with the least amount of firewalls?
I'm imagining one of those restaurants that's established so-and-so 80 years ago or something like that. It's a legendary...
Oh, so I take her to a historic one.
Yeah, so it has less infrastructure for modern technology.
Right. All the computers are still Apple IIes.
And also it's been passed down through different generations, and the paperwork is kind of messy. The ledgers are kind of messy just because it's been passed between many hands.
I think this is the best Italian spot in all of in all of Hestiel.
Do you want to roll before or after you do a little bit of scene work? Do you want to do some scene, roll, and then more scene, or do you want to roll so that you know kind of how it goes?
How many dice do I get?
What's your connection with Adrian?
Just one.
Then you get just one.
Okay. Well, if I would have gotten two, I would have been funny and tried to take a one from the prediction pool. Just to really stack it against myself,
Sure.
But
if you want two dice, you bring Winter on the double date.
If I bring Adelaide to the date, would that give me a +1?
No.
That would give you a -1. You'd be rolling 0 dice.
No, I think I think I'm just gonna go for the 1. So fortune roll, correct?
Okay, so you want to roll before you do any scene work?
Oh yeah, because I think that'll dictate. Or do you think I should do the scene work first and then have the roll dictate it
at like a critical moment? Like I think either one works. That's my.
You know what? Yeah, let's do the scene work. Peace. I'm assuming you're going to be Belladonna, right?
I guess no one else can be, huh?
This is like a funny image. Like, what if I have the Rye Recluse like in cloaked mode and I'm just like sitting on top of the restaurant?
I think that is now canon. Yeah.
Oh God.
And you've got an earpiece in so that Adrian can listen into your date. And okay.
I don't know why I'm being asked for so much advice on this, but
yeah. As we were pointing out earlier.
War is hell. Sometimes you work with what you got.
Koa has an entire human child and presumably has done this before in the past, whereas we have no evidence that any of the other player characters have.
So, how's the war going for you?
Oh my God!
She also want to be clear. Well, okay. Before we get into dialogue, Koa, what are you wearing to this date? Give us the fit.
Well, I'm not wearing my officer uniform because that's not appropriate.
Because that's
at
gauche.
This moment,
right?
What's casual Koa look like?
Casual Koa is not casual at all. Oh, you know what it is? What's the temperature like right now in Hestiel? Is it like winter, spring, summer, fall?
What do you want it to be for your outfit?
Winter.
Okay, it's getting just a little bit chillier, like end of autumn, early winter.
It's like an amalgamation of every like Hallmark outfit you could possibly think of. So there's a 3/4 coat, like a very smart cardigan, like an appropriately deep V-neck.
You're wearing a coat over a cardigan?
I
guess you take the coat off in the restaurant.
Yeah, and then you have the cardigan.
Then you get the cardigan on. Okay. What color is the cardigan?
I would say like a very classic navy.
Oh, okay. All right. And you're wearing a deep V-neck tee,
an
underneath?
Appropriately deep V-neck.
I don't know.
How appropriate is
I don't
it?
know what... Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what that adjective is doing here.
I'd probably say like 3 fingers from the nape of your neck.
Like a little chest hair popping out?
I don't think Koa grows chest
I was going to
hair.
say, Koa doesn't seem like a chest hair guy to me.
Is Koa a lots of necklaces guy?
Koa is a 1 necklace guy.
Okay.
It probably has a picture of his wife in it. And
wow. That's what he brought to his date, a picture of his...
It's not like it's showing, it's clasped.
Okay, so he's wearing a locket.
Is the wife dead? Have we talked about this?
Yeah, wife's dead.
So she passed away, yes.
Do we know how, or is it unspecified?
It was unspecified, but like in my headcanon would be that it was like sickness. It was like just something that wasn't preventable.
It's your character, so it's not headcanon. It's just canon.
That's canon? Okay, got it.
All right, so that's what you walk in wearing. What color is your V-neck?
I mean, if it's on navy, I don't want it to clash, so it'd probably be like a very crisp white.
Yeah, okay. White V, navy cardigan, and presumably like, some type of pants.
Okay. God, I hope so.
Yeah, he's just wearing a V.
It's future fashion. We don't need to hold it to the standards of modern.
We don't know.
Modern
but
aesthetic.
So my mom can listen to this. Yes, I am wearing pants.
Okay. So you walk in. You've got a very discreet earpiece in that presumably is difficult to see at casual observation. Yeah, Belladonna is just wearing like jeans and a leather jacket, and is looking cranky when you come in. She already has the table. She got here before you.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Which I think is really impressive because I think Koa would be an early person.
Yeah.
They've both been here since yesterday, waiting for the right moment.
Yeah, she was. You walked in 20 minutes early. She was already there.
Oh, wow.
All right. So then your opening line was, "So how's the war going?"
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
You get a bunch of thumbs down emojis from Adrian.
Yeah, it's on like your AR display. She frowns at you and says, "Really bad. Your team blew up my warehouse and really kind of fucked my shit up."
Oh, yeah, I mean, so, like, you win some and then you lose some sometimes.
Good God.
Yeah, and I have most recently lost some. Bank is going to live, by the way. In case you were wondering.
I'm so glad to hear that. And yes, so what looks good here? Just buries his head.
Wow, how the hell did you get married? No, that's not what Belladonna says. That's me, the GM. Okay. She says, I don't know. I've never been here. You picked this place. What's the name of this restaurant, by the way? Best Italian food in Hesquial.
That's the name.
It's just called Best Italian Food.
I mean, some of the best
restaurants
have the most
sus
100%. Generic names.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mexican food number 2, right? That's
actually, yeah. There was.
If it's got number 2, you know it's good.
There was a place called, I can't remember the full name of it now, but like my favorite Mexican restaurant in college was it was Little Mexico 2. That was the name of it.
Oh,
I've got Thai Town Eatery number 2.
Ooh.
And, the sign on the building is just Thai number 2.
Incredible.
It's great.
Spaghetti 3.
Spaghetti 3.
Okay, there we go.
So I think we order the appetizers and the entrees and all that, and I think I'm scrambling and I'm trying to.
She gets mozzarella sticks.
Oh, and I'm immediately in love. Not because of Koa, but because JPG loves mozzarella sticks so much in real life.
Excellent.
So he's scrambling to whisper to Adrian, give me a topic to talk about.
Who are you talking to?
Ghosts?
Roll your die.
Christ.
We have to. If this is a 6, then something miraculous is going to happen.
That's
yeah,
one.
No, that seems right. Mark 1 stress off.
Okay, so when
Adrian,
I cut loose,
you get to mark off 1 stress.
So when I cut loose, though, you may adjust the dice outcome by 1 or 2 up or down. So I'm going to adjust it up to a 3.
Okay. But Adrian, you still get to burn off 1 stress from this. Nice. Adrian, you hear through the mouthpiece him whispering to you, hey, what should I talk about? You hear Belladonna across the table. Who are you talking to? Koa says ghosts. What do you do?
I was midway through typing, ask her about her interests. She's into tech. Ask her about engineering. And I'm just flabbergasted by ghosts. I don't even know how to respond.
So, JPG, you get nothing in response from Adrian, it sounds like.
I mean, I finished typing what I was typing, but
oh, okay.
I don't have an out for that.
I think that's kind of the last straw, right? That breaks Koa out of the nervousness.
Uh-huh.
I think he's the kind of person who just lays it out on the table. He lets out this big sigh. Okay, look. I'm sorry. And he takes out the earpiece.
She just as Belladonna has been bemused this entire time, kind of in stunned silence for most of this date.
Okay.
She looks at the earpiece and it's oh, is that the ghosts?
No, I have my hacker on Overwatch right now because I'm nervous to talk to you. And I haven't dated since my wife has passed.
Oh.
Look, here's just me, okay? My wife passed 5 years ago. I have a little girl. She's 5. She is incredible and the love of my life, and she just gets smarter and smarter and a better person every day. And
she's currently reading Communist Manifesto.
Yeah, cut to Adelaide reading
she
Das
has a
Kapital,
USB stick.
right? Like in her bedroom.
And also a Xenon pragmatic anarchy.
Yeah, there you go.
And all I want for tonight is for you to have fun and for you to do this well. And for me to do this well. And I am good at strategy. I'm good at tactics. I love the people around me as much as I possibly can. And I just want the evening to go smoothly.
She looks at you. She looks at the earpiece on the table, and she goes, You do remember that I shot you last time we met, right?
And I think he harkens back to the joke that we made beforehand. And he says, so technically this could be considered a second date.
Oh my god.
Wow. I don't know.
No, it's in a cute way, Peace.
Yeah, no. I get that.
You're getting like both the emoji of the like straight line mouth and then also the emoji that's like melting.
you say that to her, and she looks at you for a few seconds silently, flags down the waiter, and has him bring her 2 shots of espresso, which she just knocks right back immediately and goes, "Yeah, I guess it could be considered that. Should it be?"
Well, if it takes away the nervousness of, how I'm feeling right now, you seem very calm and collected.
Yeah, I'm not nervous at all. I'm mostly fulfilling an obligation.
Oh, and I think Koa looks a little bit sad at that. We're gonna puppy dog the hell out of this right now, okay, Peace?
We're gonna zoom out a little bit here because I can't do any more specific dialogue in this mode. And I'm gonna say the date goes middling.
Okay.
Adrian gets to reduce 1 stress because they
had to listen to all of this.
Because they were amused, I think, by this or something. I don't know. I don't think Belladonna asks you for a follow-up date at the end. If
I think I bounce halfway through and just have like a relaxing evening on my own.
That's incredible.
I'm going to try to use my third action to salvage this, but we'll
wow, okay.
We'll figure this out
nice.
Once everybody else goes
well,
through
you need
round.
to write a new belief about Adrian based on this date that you had. So I don't know how that's going to go.
Well, it's obviously Adrian will always have my back, whatever I ask for.
Meanwhile, I'm like getting ramen like halfway across the city.
Oh no, Koa does not pick up on that at all. He thinks you've been there the whole time.
You walk into the ramen bar and Bad Vibes is there just eating ramen. Doesn't look at you. Just is there though. No, nothing. All right, no sell.
Well, I mean, if they're not looking at me, then I don't know. They've done nothing to make Adrian like wary or like
totally
rivalrous with them.
Just wanted to point out that they are there when you like. I think it's the ramen bar is just popular with hackers in general because everyone knows that hackers love ramen.
Fuck it, I sit down next to them then.
Yeah. Oh, they look at you and they go, "Hey, you're that spider from the Nerds."
I give them finger guns.
Oh no.
And then I think that you and We'll zoom out there, but I think you and Vibes have a much better time just like chilling in this like weird hacker bar, ramen bar.
Talking shit about our freaky ass squad mates.
Shit about your, like, you won't believe what my officer just tried to make me do. They're like, that's extremely cursed and toxic. So yeah, you two get to bond over that for a little while. That seems like that would reduce one stress for you. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Okay, let's check back in with Marigold. Mary, what's Winter doing for their second downtime action?
Let's see. For the second one, let's go ahead and do some more long-term project stuff.
Oh, yeah. So you want to just finish off your small community project? You don't even need to roll for that, but just tell me what you're doing.
I'm actually going to do this cool thing where I'm going to use up one of those ones.
Oh,
can I do that? Can I use artifacts twice or omens twice in a session?
Yeah, you can use them as much as you want.
You'd need to use a different omen. But
yes.
Yeah. I will.
Yeah. I also want to point out, Winter, you are also very stressed.
I know.
Okay.
I'm going to do a cut loose. I can actually take like an extra action with one of my abilities. So I'm going to do 3 of the long-term thing, and then I'm doing a cut loose. So that's my plan for today.
Which omen are you using?
All we have left is the hand dagger, right?
Yes, the mummified hand grasping an ornate blade.
Yeah, sick. So I'm using that. I think what this looks like is actually, Edrian, maybe you can help me with this. And it's like setting up like a secure, like online, like community, like a forum discussion board kind of thing where people can network and like it's all anonymous. But I mean, like I have to approve everybody, whatever,
Very Web 2.0.
I think that's like kind of like the final step of like the community bit.
Okay. And again, you don't need to roll for that. How are you using the omen?
Yeah. So the omen is, a modified hand clasping a dagger.
Is that like someone's user profile image?
Maybe it's mine.
Like
and
an
it's
emblem?
like, the idea is like a death to violence, kind of a thing. Like only a dead hand should wield
that's
the blade,
cool.
So, yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
So I'll use one of your ones up. So there's just one left.
So that finishes out your project. You get to add a tick to your drive clock there, Winter. And you've now created, a small community of people that can help you towards your larger goal of having a sort of underground network of refugees. Let's kick it back over to Edrian, who's the only one who hasn't taken a second downtime action yet.
I was trying to find the rules on overindulging.
Basically, when you heal more stress than you have, you overindulge, and you get to pick between 4 options. Well, 3 for us, because you can't go AWOL. We paid for art for you. So you can either attract trouble, which is roll an additional entanglement using the table and dice you used at the end of the previous mission. You can brag to take -2 trust with your patron faction. Or impropriety, where you make an ass out of yourself in front of the pilot that joined you, reset your connection clock with them to 0. If your connection is already 0, take the level 1 harm alone.
Oof.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. Because I kind of want to cut loose again, but I have a 1 in 3
But there's a
chance
risk of overindulging, yeah.
I think I'm going to do it anyways, because
okay.
I've caused a lot of trouble, but I haven't gotten in a lot of trouble, honestly.
Yeah. With whom are you cutting loose?
I don't know if I can fuck with Calico at the moment. Like, I think he's on his own journey.
Wow.
Definitely, if you want a scene with Calico, though, I'm happy to have it.
I was going to say, you and Calico sort of connected at the end of last mission, for sure.
Did we?
Yeah, you were like...
I was just doing damage control.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I get it. I'm down.
I want to get another +2 with somebody, so I was thinking either you or Winter's Pledge. And I was leaning more towards Winter's Pledge, I think. Just because I think right now,
Okay.
Adrian's opinion of Calico, this is kind kind of a bad opinion to have, but like as much as like I want to be your friend, you're on like sort of a chaos self-destruction journey right now, and as much as I don't love that for you, it is kind of good for me because it takes heat off of my shit.
Wow. Fucking cold as ice. I love it.
I mean, Calico's not the most warm person either.
No, certainly not.
Just a grumpy old man blowing shit up.
I mean, yeah. So you cutting loose with Winter's Pledge? What are you and Winter doing?
I think the thing that we would both, agree on would be a good use of our day is probably community service.
Sweet.
Winter, how you feel about that?
Wonderful.
And why not? Maybe we're helping clean up some of the messes that our other comrade had made.
Oh God, are you going to the Praxian and cleaning up after?
Yeah, we're doing a little cleanup run.
Okay.
Hey, we're a consulate squad. You know, we gotta be seen in public doing good things.
I agree. This is actually some of the most consulate squad you've been. Winter, are you making this mutual by also spending a downtime action on the cut loose here?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Well, do you guys want to give me a little bit of that scene, or what are we feeling?
I kind of think we take our mechs, because I imagine it's like larger infrastructure damage that we probably couldn't pick up. And my mech is a mining mech, so my mech is good at just like kind of working with crumbly terrain.
Yeah. My mech's a construction mech.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're the two mechs that are perfect for this.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, or obvies, I guess. But
yeah. I mean, I don't know if we need to like talk or have a scene or anything like that, but I just know that like I trust Winter's Pledge to be, community minded and want best for as many people as possible.
Yeah.
Despite that one like villain speech they did that one time.
Yeah.
Wait, they did a villain speech?
Today's Ex Machina in the second mission.
Oh, yeah, I guess it was... I don't know, I didn't think of that as a villain speech. I just thought that was... I guess maybe, looking back, it was a little villainous.
I was just letting them know the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense, Adrian. I think it's like the kind of relaxed or the kind of... bonding that happens when you actually like don't have to verbally communicate. You're just like, yeah, we can just like do this thing. We can just like nod, like kind of like head gesture, whatever that looks like, with Avi's. But basically, we're just like we're in sync. We're working together, and it feels like we're a team.
Actually, fuck it. I do want to have a conversation. I do have something to ask Winter.
Oh, okay.
What kind of future do you imagine? What kind of future do you want to create, more specifically? I know we have a lot of the same angers, but I want to know what your ideology is.
Yeah. Adrian, I appreciate that question from you. It lets me know you're thinking about more than just the ways you can disrupt things now, but about where you want to take them. For me, what that looks like is the things that we rebuild stay built. The places where people are safe stay safe. And the places where people aren't safe now will be safe later. But most of all, and in the more realistic future, that people who have nowhere else to go right now will have somewhere else to go where they will have less to worry about. Where people who are in harm's way have some place to turn.
It's funny you say that. I've always had the future in mind. I just believe in somewhat of an accelerationism. I think we're not going to get to that future unless we put our foot on the gas. The status quo is always expanding its roots.
I can see that mentality in you. Yeah. You are very good at putting your foot on the gas. And while you're speeding ahead, I will be staying behind, I guess, and helping those who can't accelerate as quickly as you.
Well, I'm trying to get us all accelerating and at the same velocity.
That is a noble objective. If there are ways that I can assist, feel free to let me know. I can't promise I will always be on the same page, but I think generally, as you have noted, we want to see a similar outcome. We want to see all this gestures around with the hand of an Avi, because I have an actual hand, isn't a common occurrence.
Well, you've been working on building community. What do you see as being the ethos that connects you?
It's family. It's the idea of family. It's the idea of everybody knows somebody who has nothing to do with this violence, but is threatened by it. And everybody wants to see that them protected, them safe. And so we're starting to work together to see that happen.
Yeah, and if the powers that be don't have the interests of those people in mind, it leaves it up to us.
It does, yeah. And the powers that be never seem to care for anything but their own gain.
I like to imagine we're having this conversation while I have my laser eye on and I'm melting steel beams. Cool. I think that's it.
So we all know jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
But Avi's with laser eyes
eyes can. Yeah. It's like one of those, it's like the blood is thicker than water things. It's actually part of a larger phrase. Okay. So
all right, whatever. I'm rolling.
Okay. Yeah, each of you I think only has one with the other right now, right?
All right. I mean, I'm down to 3, I think. I think I can live there.
All right, Winter, go ahead and cut loose with Edrian. What's your new belief about Winter, Edrian?
I think the 2 beliefs that I'm making today are kind of related.
Mm-hmm.
Winter has proven to be a comrade.
Okay,
and for
nice.
Koa has proven to be a good friend, but needs to prove to me that he's a comrade.
Sure. Okay, that makes sense. Winter, you get to remove 4 stress. That's nice. That's half of the stress you had.
Yeah.
But also, hey, Edrian, you didn't overindulge. So, that's good. That's a positive. Well, each of you has 1 free downtime action left. Anybody want to jump on that grenade first? I know somebody here was going to try and salvage something with their last downtime action. So,
yeah, I'm going to try to salvage this date.
I'm kind of interested to know how that plays out. If I'm being completely honest, I'm invested.
Well, I can't actually use salvage.
That's not what that move is.
No, you sure
That's
can't.
not that move is. That's not...
No.
But, okay. Follow me here, Peace, okay?
Uh-huh. I'm so afraid of what you're about to say.
What if I try to acquire an asset?
Oh, no.
What is the asset?
What's
the asset, motherfucker?
Tell me more.
What if the asset is Belladonna and her team?
You want to acquire all of Jacob's Junkers, an enemy squad, as an asset?
Yes.
A squad that's a tier higher than you.
Also, yes.
That means you need to get a critical?
Technically, I need to roll a 6.
I don't think that's how acquire asset works.
Okay.
I don't think you can get an entire enemy squad to defect for 1 mission for you.
What if it's just Belladonna?
I mean, you...
to what end, may I ask?
Yeah, to what end? What... You're acquiring her as a specialist, as a mechanic, as a... What's... Yeah, to what end? Thank you, Lauren. Explain yourself.
I'm going to be real honest. I did not think about this that far ahead. So if anybody would like to help me.
I can't think of a reason why.
Okay. Do we feel like we want to be aligned with them? These are the people that we just crashed their facility to break their super weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, Calico is not about that at all. I can't imagine any circumstance under which he would be
I think if you bring Belladonna
happy?
Into the base, that Calico might try to kill her. I think there's a non-0% chance of that happening.
So we're just gonna let Azara win. Like, is that what my team is
Wow.
telling me?
I didn't know that was what this was about.
I'm teasing. Okay. Okay. To be completely practical about this, I still have 3 stress.
Okay.
I tend to use stress a lot during play, and I would want to remove the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pretty good chance to not overindulge.
Yeah, especially with your functioning vice.
Mm-hmm. Would it be appropriate to just cut loose again?
Yeah, but probably not with Edrian. Calico also pretty stressed out.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna resolve that.
Wow. Okay.
I think Calico might be cruising for a scar.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't cut loose on a 6 stress, that is what you're doing for sure.
My thought about this whole thing had been like, he's solving his problems. He's finally knuckling down, doing the stuff he wants to do. But I believe it was Adrian who said, like, Calico kind of seems to be on a self-destructive trend. And I'm like, I hadn't thought about it that way. Maybe that's what this is.
Yeah, you don't have to decide right now. It does sound like Pops wanted to do another cuts loose. So I'll let that happen first.
Really? I think my struggle is, like, who am I going to pick and what am I going to do at this point?
Are you gonna pick someone to help you, like...
salvage the date?
The date is over, but, like, are you gonna, like, get Winter to, like, go with you to deliver flowers or something?
You know what? No. You know what? I wanna play true to the heart of the dice. That was just... I think it's one date. He felt like it went really well. She never calls again.
Right. For sure. I mean, that definitely happened.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna cut loose.
Okay.
Winter, would you like to join me?
Yeah, of course.
What would you and I do?
Last time we went to the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do something that you want to do. What are you interested in?
Oh. So at this point, I guess it would depend on...
I think the one I get to interact with the most is... I think it's Body 3. Is that the one that's based off of Gwendolyn Christie?
Yeah.
Okay, so would you be sending Body 3 again, or would you be sending another body?
I mean, you can approach one. You know what I mean? Like, if you're like, hey, what are you up to? What do you want? What do you want to do?
Like, hey,
then you can decide which one you want to go talk to.
I'll do Body. I'll do Body 3 just because I knew them off the top of my head.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, hey, what are you interested in? Like, what would you like to do in order to have a little bit of recreation time? I mean, I know this is the same answer for all of your bodies, but I just wanted to see, what do you get to do for fun?
We kind of smirk and just, like, kind of hold your gaze for a minute and say, I've been craving a good game of bowling recently. How does that sound to you?
Would Koa know what you're talking about? Like, wait, did you say bowling?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
You guys are going bowling?
Koa would have never thought about bowling in a million years, and he is so excited for this.
This rules.
This is dad energy to the max.
Adrian comes, but he takes Adelaide to the arcade. Or they take Adelaide to the arcade.
Oh, okay.
That rules.
But then are you teaching her how to, like, hack in to get more quarters and stuff?
Oh, yeah. She's walking out of here with one of those huge, like, plush dinosaurs.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so let's just go ahead and roll for that one. There,
right.
That you get 2 dice with Winter. Don't get too high. 3 and a 4.
So,
and you can modify that 4, right?
Yes. So I'm going to modify that 4 down to... Well, I can just take the 3.
No,
because that's all
not.
I need.
That's not how it works.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to take the higher one. I'm sorry.
Yep.
So, yes.
Yeah.
I take 4, but I modify it 1 down to 3, so I don't overindulge.
Beautiful. And then Winter, you get to
wipe 1.
Yeah. So
cool.
Sounds like bowling goes
so
well
much.
And helps you both unwind. Who's the better bowler?
Oh, Winter for sure.
Yeah.
Winter for sure, because there's 6 different bodies to get to practice.
But are you sure Koa doesn't have this just like secret dad mode where he comes out and just like gets a bunch of strikes?
He like has like a perfect pose every time he releases the bowling ball. You know what I mean? Like that perfect
Oh
pop,
yeah,
you know, the hip hop with the leg out thing.
Maybe it was actually like a really competitive game.
We've all seen like professional bowling, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it being competitive. I think that's fun. I think like Body 3 goes into it thinking it'll be like
Like a friendly
not a
game.
competition.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to dominate, but it's still going to be fun, you know. Like,
Both of you should roll a
That's
d6
not, like,
and see
how it ends
who
up
gets a
going.
higher number.
Just
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you know what? I'm okay
You know
with
what?
that.
Each of you,
I'm-
yeah, 1d6 fortune roll for both of you. Just call it bowling.
Oh, we both rolled a 3.
It was a tie.
Do we? Is it just like 2 perfect games?
Either that or it's like each of you has like 1 spare or something to keep it from being a 300. But yeah,
Amazing.
beautiful. So maybe that's the camaraderie, is that you both bowl like exactly frame for frame the same, which is fun in its own way.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, Winter, you don't get to add a new belief about Koa from this, but Koa, you get to add a new belief
Right.
about Winter,
All right.
which means you're at 3. Meaning,
Yeah.
on the next mission, when you help Winter, it's going to really help, but also it's going to really stress you out.
Oh no.
Also, just like to point out, Koa's belief about Calico is that Calico is going to be the most worthwhile nut to crack. Has taken absolutely no steps to crack that nut, but just thought that
Sometimes
was
you see a
funny.
fucked up guy and you're like, I don't know about that.
Incredible. Okay.
Yeah, I thought this was a nut,
we
but
have-
it's actually just a rock. So,
Damn.
Oh my god.
Damn.
You know what? We got 2 more missions, 2 more downtimes, right? We have
Well, you
time.
got. I think
we have
got.
time to
we-
heal these wounds.
Do we get a downtime after the final mission?
I don't think so.
We got 2 more missions and 1 more downtime.
Who wants to go next?
I would like to cut loose, actually.
Oh, all right. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
No.
If it's more interesting for me not to, I'm invested.
Listen. I was just looking at this, going, it's going to be bad for Calico if they don't cut loose. But no, I was mostly joking.
You know, actually, I why not? Why not just not cut loose? My main reason for wanting to cut loose was to get another belief with Edrian.
Oh,
but
that would be good. And then you can still stress
Yeah,
yourself
you
out
could do
real
that.
quickly.
the scar.
and you have to use up your 1 anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If
Haunted, obsessed, or vicious, or fractious are all so good, and I kind of
So
want
here's
one.
the thing. If you get yourself 1 more belief with Edrian, and if you use your prediction pool to make sure you only recover 1 stress, all you have to do is help 2 people, and suddenly you've got a scar.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, just gives you a little more
'Cause
wiggle
Winter
room
used
next
one of my
time.
ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I do want to cut loose with Edrian then.
All right, what are you and Edrian
Oh,
doing?
also, you have no omens anymore.
Yeah, I have to take time to do that, which I
Yeah.
think I could do during
Oh,
downtime.
okay.
It doesn't take an action. I just
do
have
you
to
want
come
to
up
do
with
that
some omens
before or after you
After
cut
this.
loose? Okay.
after I cut loose. I think the cut loose is, and this is why it's a 1. It's really not cutting loose. Like an invitation is sent to Edrian. Hey, I need your help working on a project.
Okay.
And when Edrian arrives, there's all the tarot cards set up. We're in my Cerebro room, but now there's like a table with a hologram projection of like CalazCon, and there's like markings where the super weapons we've encountered have been.
Mm.
And I think this is like Calico's like, good, Edrian, you're here. I've been thinking.
First off, when I walk in here and see all this, I'm like side-eyeing it because my belief with you is I respect Calico's faith, but the tech within them could be dangerous, and it looks like you're...
I've been thinking. The way this is all panned out so far, the way the others and the other squads involved have taken action the way Koa seems to believe that lives can be saved with smiles and a handshake is not sitting well with me. Outright destruction of these things seems like something that everyone is against. But you are at least on board with sabotaging them. So I've been making notes, predictions, sort of looking for where the next giant horrible machine that shatters bones with noise or fires energy equivalent to that of a sun to destroy a city block might be located. And there's like cards all over the table. These are spots where Calico thinks these things might be. And basically is just like asking for Adrian's input. Like, do you think that they might have hidden something here? What do you think this means? Do you think this could, because he doesn't know super weapons, so he's like, here's what the card means to me. What do you think they might be doing with that? Like, is this worth investigating? And I think it's very clear that Calico is unhinged isn't the right word, obsessed isn't the right word, but it's something between those two.
Is this the, like, showing me your red string board, like,
Yeah,
energy?
it says big murder board vibes.
It's a big murder board vibes, but, like, not weird, obsessed serial killer, because, like, we know these things are out there. We know they exist and they're being built.
Yeah.
But it is definitely like a Calico, you set up a whole room in this school to track super weapons. And, like, is that a bad thing? I don't know, but it's definitely a thing.
It's definitely not a normal thing.
Yeah. I think it's just, you can also, I guess, see a sense of desperation on Calico that, like, it's desperation and like sleep deprivation. He's tired. He pours himself like another cup of tea and drinks it. And it's just like, he has been obsessing over this. And part of that, I mean, I can say is like, he feels bad that these things are out there and we're not doing shit about it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's also clear that based off what he's done, he kind of is one of those, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, is he not a weapon on our side?
Is this, like, collection of super weapons, is this, like, on all sides?
Oh, God, is it?
Or are you focused on, like,
I think
one
what
faction?
it is the majority of them are on the enemy sides, but he has some face-down cards in our territories. Far less than others. And he's not talking about those ones to you.
Do you think these things should be removed off the board altogether? Or... because somebody's always going to build a new one.
Right, I've been thinking about that. Someone is always going to build a new one, but there's the curse. And what's spreading through it. Your bugs. I wonder if we can maybe tune that, use it somehow to prevent these things from functioning or being built. I don't know. I'm tired of seeing weapons like this walk away. And the other thing to remember is, like, Calico's entire people were destroyed by weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think that's why he's getting into this obsessive mode, especially because now he also has this notion that the stolen gate is, like, close by. Maybe this started as him trying to find that, and the fortune-telling just kind of spiraled out of control, and he's like, wait, I'm fine. In addition to, I know the gate is in one of these places, he's also getting omens about these super weapons.
Yeah. Hey, Calico, I just think that, like, maybe we need to focus in specific ways. You can't take all of this on by yourself. I don't think the Blue Sky Endowment can take this all on by ourselves. Like, what is the end goal here?
The end goal is to prevent massacres?
You're never going to prevent massacres while there's still an ideology that necessitates massacres. These weapons are just tools. We're just tools, but, like, there are people, there are systems, there are infrastructures. These aren't things you can blow up.
But they're not things I can affect either. I can blow up
I just
tools.
think you need to figure out what kind of practical change you can make and focus on that rather than being overwhelmed by all of the horrors that are out there and wanting to fight them all simultaneously.
I think Calico, like, pauses and is like, but what if we create a new ideology? When these things pop up, if we can get ahead of them, if I can predict where they're going to be and we destroy them, then people will stop building them. Because they'll know something's coming. They'll know if they step just too far ahead. No, that won't work either.
Maybe you just need to give this some sleep, give this some thought. I like where your head's at, but we need a plan.
I'm trying to make one, but thank you for sabotaging that thing.
I mean, I don't like this shit either, but...
Why was it worth it to them to let it go out into the world? We could have torn it apart right then and there.
Some people think the threat of mutual destruction is better than the no threat at all, but they're just going to keep building these things.
And just because they're going to keep building them is no reason for us to tear them apart when we have the opportunity? I think Koa made a mistake. For his own benefit.
I believe Koa has made mistakes, yes.
He let our enemies walk away with a super weapon so he could get a date.
I think there was more to it than that. Remember what our function is as a squad? We aren't the blow everything up squad. That's not our supposed goal.
It may not be the state's goal for us. We're poster children because we're all prisoners here. They brought us in for diversity and to look good. You're right. I'm getting my objectives confused.
I'm done to help. We just need a thought-through plan, says the person with the reckless scar. I just think they're a little bit freaked out right now. This is a lot.
Yeah, like you get an invitation from someone and show up to their murder board and they're like an 8-foot-tall religious zealot in power armor. It's kind of terrifying.
I mean, like, I agree with what you're saying in terms of all these like military weapons, like being on the board and wanting to get rid of them, but like just the energy is so off.
Oh, absolutely. There's an unhinged note here. I think, Calico like sets the cup back down and goes, maybe you're right. I need to focus on what I set out to do. I need to find the gate. And flips over some of the cards in enemy territory and then starts flipping over the cards in our territory.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good one stress cut loose scene there.
Yeah.
What they say as they leave is like, focus on changing the tone of the script. Don't focus on individual lines.
Ooh, that's good. Wow. I like that a lot.
Because I feel like we're kind of on different pages in terms of like approach. Like I'm all about doing like one big gesture that I've like deeply planned that has a big effect rather than like blowing up little things.
Right.
So my first belief is Edrian and I could find solace in one another being swallowed by this empire, but we are just too different.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So that was my first one. So the next one is going to be, I want something about pulling the trigger here. I'll figure it out.
I'm going to do an enhance on my Avi.
Nice.
And I'm going to put an experience into expertise. I think I burned out my laser trying to melt steel beams. So I'm like upgrading my like battery.
Nice. Does that give you your last tick in your expertise?
No, I have one more. I think also why I do this, just to like say a thing out loud. I took the Tesla ability with my last level up. When you push yourself, you can do one of the following in addition to the normal benefits. Unleash a stroke of lightning as a weapon from the power grid. I think I'm upgrading my mech so that I can do that on the next mission.
Oh, sick.
So I just have like a crazy overpowered battery in my tiny little spider mech.
Okay. And sorry, Winter, you're starting a new long-term project?
Yeah.
What? Tell me about this new LTP.
So the first one was to kind of create a community, and just to revisit it, my drive altogether is to develop an underground network of avenues and places of refuge for anyone who needs it. So I think now I'm taking it to the next level, and more than just a group of people who are like talking about it as an idea, I'm starting to ascertain what kind of skills people have and starting to use them in the sense of, so maybe the long-term project specifically is starting lots of smaller projects. So organizing my network into teams that can actually start
building. Organized network into teams sounds like a good title for a clock to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So how are we doing that? What pilot action do you think that is going to be?
I think it's steady for this first bit. I think I've had them fill out like a form, basically, and from that form, I'm like, okay, I need these kinds of people in these different teams, and so I'm trying to just kind of group them by that. So I think it's just the study for the first bit.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and give me that die roll.
Boop. It's a 4.
So that's a 4. Hey, that's 2 ticks on the clock. It's a halfway done project. Beautiful.
Nice.
Okay, now, does anyone want to spend money to do extra stuff?
I would like to train, but it's not mandatory.
Up to y'all.
I mean, I'm not opposed to anybody spending stuff. That's kind of what it's there for, and we only have one more downtime. I also kind of want to do one more long-term project. Just see if I can wrap this one up and kind of see if I can move a little bit farther towards my actually getting my thing done.
I was just going to say that. I was like, oh, can you use that in order to keep going on your long-term project? Try to see if you can... Yeah, you should definitely do that. Because I don't think I need anything else at this point. Because I leveled up, hard last session. So I don't think I personally need anything else. I would say, for the 3 of you to go ham on this.
Totes. If there are no objections, we'll start with Calico training.
One of the things that we kind of been focusing on is Calico getting a little more unhinged, a little more isolated, and I think that after that conversation with Weaver, Calico goes back into the trance and starts doing more with Delphi and the algorithm and kind of opening those limiters and just experiencing more. So I'm going to put another training point into Insight.
Okay.
Also, I have the new Omens.
Oh, please hit me.
Hey, babe, new Omens just dropped.
Yeah.
Wake up, babe. New Omens just dropped. I'm going to put in my notes, Calico did an Insight training by going way too deep.
Yeah, definitely
meditation.
too deep into his cerebro.
Yeah.
So the new Omens are burning buildings on the horizon, belching purple smoke, and a broken teapot full of blood and mice.
Okay. You only got 2?
Yeah, it's 1 for each survey point.
Got it.
But I can do it any time I have time, so that's how we ended up with 3 that one time.
I see. Oh, and did you already used up your last one, so you got a new prediction pool. I see it now.
Yep,
2,
I got a new
1,
prediction
3,
pool. New
and
prediction
5.
pool is 2, 1, 3, 5. If anyone wants to use one of those Omens, you're welcome to.
Let's go ahead and let Marigold do one more. So, Marigold, now that you have your assessment, how are you going to divide people into teams?
Yes. I'm going to start by designating a leader and giving them information on the people under them and asking them to set up a meeting with their team. So it's just very practical stuff at this point.
Okay. What action do we think that is?
I don't know. You can think of it as consort or command. It probably lives somewhere in between those. But I would like to think of it as more of a consort.
Yeah, I feel like that's more Wintru's
They're
style.
volunteers for this thing. I'm not telling them what to do. I am, but it's in the same way Austin tells us what to do.
And so you're
not
actually, giving these teams tasks to actually work on now, right? Is that essentially what this is? Okay, cool.
Right.
Give me a consort.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and use that 3 from the prediction pool with our buildings of purple smoke.
That'll only give you 1 then.
Oh, is 3 just 1?
Yeah, 1 through 3 is 1 tick.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take the 5, if that's okay. I just want to finish up this thing. And I think that's just imagery I invoke in the messages I send out to people. We are tired of this, of the purple smoke. I'm proud of you for being a part of this.
Thanks for listening to CalazCon. This episode was edited and sound balanced by Christine Blight. You can reach her for voice acting at CVBlight@gmail.com. The show's music is by Devin Nelson. You can find them on all social media at Devin Decibel. If you'd like to support CalazCon, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/CalazCon. Please tell your friends about the show too. Remember, all glory to Calazar.